Hey guys, King of Trials here to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I feature to you my best Shadow Golbat team. This is literally an ABA team, Shadow Golbat, well not really ABA, but this is, it's ABA weak to Ice. So yes, but this is a, Shadow Golbat is really good in this cup because you can use Poison Fang to debuff, or if you hit Shadow Ball through shields, it's able to KO a lot of things, and you're going to see a lot of those KOs in this Shoutcast. Now, I only have 4 battles instead of 5 battles. I usually do 5 or more battles. However, I only had 4 because for some odd reason, my 5th battle never uploaded my PC. And I already deleted the file. So, there you go. But before we get started, it's going to be my therapist mental health tip of the day. And as usual, you can skip this by skipping 2 minutes ahead of the video, or you can go to the chapters and skip straight ahead. But this is for anxiety. So, I actually had an anxiety episode. One of my kids is going through an incredibly rough time, and being a therapist is incredibly freaking stressful. Because when something happens to your clients, and you have a really close connection with them, well, it can kind of keep you up at night and give you a lot of anxiety. So, but I really put it down. I really, made my resilience super high to the point where I don't have panic attacks or anything like that. But there are things called anxiety episodes. So it's less than a panic attack, but it still freaking sucks. So it's an overwhelming fear or worry. Anxiety, of course, is an overwhelming fear or worry that will come out of nowhere. It's not as intense as a panic attack, but there's no consolation when you're having an episode. So episodes are extremely intense and accompanied by physical symptoms like shortness of breath, nausea, dizziness, and a racing heartbeat. In my case, I have really good conditioning because I'm a distance runner and I do really good cardio, so I can destroy all my opponents in combat sports, but also it keeps me healthy. But for me, what usually happens is the racing heartbeat. So anxiety episodes are like the level 1 and then panic attacks. So with practice, you can learn to stop an anxiety attack before it intensifies further. Unfortunately, we're all human like me. So as good as I am, and even though I'm a mental health professional, we're still human. And I am no exception. I love and care for my kid clients, and when I have something really bad happen to them, it takes me usually like a day to recover. A day or 2 actually. So usually accompanied by an anxiety episode. So yes, definitely take a look at this article if you do have anxiety, or if you have episodes or something like this. This can definitely help you out. Without further ado, this is my best Shadow Golbat team for this freaking Evolution Cup, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I only have 4 battles for you, but for some odd reason the 5th one never made it past into my PC, but it's okay. So we got Golbat onto Viggy. This is good for us, and then they switch into Golbat, and I'm like, wait, what? So this person has an impressive elo, 2369. The problem is they tanked all the way from Veteran, which is why I just really don't care about my elo right now, but yeah, the struggle is too real. So they send in Golbat. I know I should have Body Slam on my Dragonair again, but if you watched my last video, I don't have TMs right now, so I'm gonna wait till I get more charged TMs. I return and lose an entire Dragonair, which is absolutely terrible. I definitely should have shielded, so how the heck do I come back with a win condition? Well, what we're going to do here is my opponent's taking a while to figure out, and we have a Celio. So this is Viggy Golbat Celio. So this person, I don't know why Golbat is your safe switch. It's a good safe switch. The problem is that, yeah, it's awkward. Like, there are better safe switches out there. I eat a Body Slam, then I switch to my own Vigoroth, and my master plan comes into fruition because I wanted them to throw their Viggy onto me because I would have the energy lead. So now that I have an energy over here, as you see, our opponent's going to start shielding everything. But because I fired first, I should get an extra Body Slam through, or I'll fire on CMP, and as you see, I get him on CMP. So now, the great thing is, I literally have 2 shields for Golbats. Or I can choose to shield one right here, and maybe I can get to a second Body Slam. So I'm going to shield one right here, and then hopefully I can get to another Body Slam. Or I'm going to get farmed down here, which would really suck. So, with 1 HP in a dream, thankfully that's not going to happen. I'm going to let Viggy go, and then I can farm down with Golbat. Once I farm with Golbat, 1 Shadow Ball should be enough to finish off this back row. So I'm going to shield this, farm down, and I should have either 1 Shadow Ball to finish off that Celion back, and then my opponent is going to just get wing attacked down by my Golbat. And that's GG's. Golbat's an incredibly solid lead here just because it's able to debuff with Poison Fang, and it does give Viggy a huge problem. So they were literally one counter away from taking me out with a Body Slam, and this was extremely calculated. I don't know why you have such a long username. So we got Viggy onto Golbat again. The thing is, this matchup isn't that bad. Body Slam is actually chunky, so my opponent switches out. This is where I mean by like Golbat's an incredibly strong lead because you can debuff with Poison Fang. So all I'm going to do is debuff here with Poison Fang, and then I'm going to send in my own Dragonair, and because they're -1, I'm going to be able to rack up a ton of damage here. I can no shield this, even as a Body Slam, it's not going to do a ton of damage here, and then I should be able to farm down. Because of the fact that they got debuffed and I can manipulate Dragon Breath damage. I try to get to a Dark Pulse here, but I'm unable to. That's why you see me fire on Aqua Tail here, but that's perfectly fine. We can put the Viggy onto the Dragonair here, and if I have a hunch, this is my ABB team. Or not, I wouldn't say my because it's super meta, but this is the ABB team I put out here as my top one because Haka should be in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in Viggy, and if I'm right, Haka's going to have a rough time against Golbat. So, well, Haka actually doesn't have too much of a hard time against Golbat. But the problem with Golbat versus Haka is Haka's kind of squishy because those wing attacks plus Poison Jab or Poison Fang debuffs actually do add up. So this Body Slam's going to go through, and as you see, they don't shield, so I'm like, why? And if I have to take a lucky guess, it's because of Haka's in the back. So they're going to Body Slam here. I'm going to actually try to farm down, and it's as wireless. So it's not quite what I thought it was, but it's a Dragon in the back regardless. I'm going to fire this Poison Fang. This should prompt my opponent to pull their last shield. So their shield's gonna, or they're not going to shield at all and leave themselves literally gonna get, they're literally gonna get countered down. But I'm gonna have to shield here because my Viggy is too hurt, and I might be able to actually get to another Poison Fang here. They fire, which was actually great on my point because I wanted them to fire in general because after I get Body Slammed here, I can go ahead and I can just counter down for the dub. So as you see here, we're just gonna counter down. And maybe, just maybe, we can live with 1 HP in a dream. Because literally 1 HP in a dream is the only way I was going to win this matchup. So yes, that was incredibly sweaty. Even though I won the lead, I only won with 1 HP. Next up, we have Golbat on Golbat action. Okay, so there's one of two things you can do in this, in the mirror match. You can catch their Shadow Ball, which actually has screwed win conditions for me before. Or you could try to burst through. And as you see, I catch the Shadow Ball. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to fire on that interval because they want to find out who wins CMP. But this doesn't also work against you. Because as you see, we get a Viggy drawn into us. And this actually really sucks. Because I might lose CMP. And I do lose CMP. So not only did I catch a Shadow Ball, drain that thing dry. But also I lose CMP. So now I'm in a lot of trouble here. I'm firing this Body Slam. However, I know I'm going to lose CMP on the next shot. So I'm in a lot of danger right now. I really am. Or we're going to get simultaneous KO, or they're going to leave it that Viggy's going to be nearly dead to where I can go ahead and just farm it down. So I can get some extra farm onto Golbat, or I can send in Dragonair and Dragon Breath down. So I have a lot of choice here, except they have shield advantage, which is a problem. So I traded one shield for a full Golbat. I'm going to fire Shadow Ball here. They're likely going to shield this, but that's perfectly fine. If they don't, it sucks, because they're probably just going to let the back row, and they don't shield. And I'm like, oh, that was terrible. Except that's a Magneton, and a Magneton resists my wing attacks. It also resists my Dragon Breaths. So what I'm doing is actually going to Poison Fang here, and then I want them to blow their energy. So I'm going to try to double Poison Fang, but I won't be able to get to it, but this is perfectly fine. What I'm going to do here, at a -1, this is how you know you're good at this game. You're just going to Dragon Breath down. My opponent will die with 2 shields. As long I can live 1 Magnet Bomb, so as long as I'm able to farm this thing down, my opponent will perish with 2 shields. So this is why freaking Fang is so good, because you can set up crazy plays like this where you can debuff -1 and then literally fall down without a whole freaking Dragonair. Dragonair will farm down this Pole Magneton, and my opponent will be sent to the Shadow Realm with 2 shields being used for their next battle. Wow. And for the last, we got Dave the Hero, who also just tanked the Veteran. Unfortunately, we got Haunter onto Golbat. This is terrible for you because with this one, if their Haunter has Ice Punch, you lose the lead. Or rather, you lose in general. So they send in their Celio, which is kind of weird. I don't know why. This is probably a drought strat. I don't like drought strats in this cup just because of the fact that 9 times out of 10, if you call it wrong, you're going to lose because this meta is condensed with like 8 Pokemon. It's really not that deep. Body Slam is going to go through. I can literally farm down here if I want to. I'm not going to shield the second Body Slam. I should be able to farm down and have Body Slam energy for whatever's in the back. And it's actually an Aurora Beam, so my master plan actually failed epically. However, I can get 1 wing attack worth of energy. So my master plan is gone. My Golbat will go against a Piloswine. So how the heck do I win against this ABA team? We're about to find out. This is literally a 2000 IQ play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Poison Fang down. I'm going to Poison Fang and send in Dragonair. Because their clock isn't up yet, they won't be able to swap out. What I'm hoping my opponent does here is they actually stay in. Because with the -1, I can go ahead and Dragon Breath damage might be able to do enough to Piloswine. And they swap out, which is not great, but that's perfectly fine. I still have a shield, so what I'm going to do here is I should be able to farm down this Haunter. And then use just 1 shield, or this Haunter is able to take me out. And then I can finish off their back row. So as you see, Ice Punch goes off, and I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to send in Golbat, farm down completely, and I'm going to ball out against that freaking Steelio in the back. I was ABA weak to freaking ice, and guess what? Double ice can't stop me. So watch, this is definitely gonna KO, and that's GG's. So yes, no matter what, I was ABA weak, and I still won. That's GG's, and screw your shiny Piloswine, you those solid golden goals, one of my favorite colors. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles, and Shadow Golbat is a beast in the freaking league. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know this one was short, but I promise the next one will be much longer. But I do appreciate y'all that do watch and support my content every day. I really do appreciate y'all, and y'all are the absolute best. Unfortunately, this team was... Shadow Golbat can do some really cool things in this cup. And it's nuts at how much damage Shadow Ball does if it actually lands. But I really hope y'all did enjoy the video. Shadow Golbat is a beast for this cup. It's a little... it's a little difficult to run because you need, like, measuring damage is really hard. Like, for example, against that Shadow Magneton, like, doing that debuff and then Dragon Breathing to death was just, like, one of the things you could do if you're really creative with it. But that's why Nidoqueen is such a beast in Open Great League as well. Do me a huge favor, please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube bell. You can do algorithm. I really do appreciate y'all that do it day in and day out. And I also stream on Twitch on Friday through Sunday. This is a really quick ending because this is a pretty short video, but the next one will be a little longer because the next one has, I think I have 6 battles for that one. So, Evolution Cup is almost over, and then you can look forward to Halloween. So, Halloween is almost here. Halloween this month actually happens to be the month of my birthday, too. So, yes, look out for that Halloween Cup content, or Halloween Cup content coming soon. And the arrival of Toxapex for the Halloween Toxapex. Tentacruel was a really great mod for this cup. Toxapex is going to make it a lot more annoying. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope actually no, it's Halloween Cup's coming soon, but then you have all 3 leagues. So first it's all 3 leagues, then you have Toxapex. So look out for Open Great League content mostly until Halloween Cup rolls around. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.